I have it written down as Izzet. So we're expecting Izzet Delver. Start prediction. Who will win? Will it be Izzet Delver? Izzet Delver? Roland? Or will it be Blue White Ninjas, Force of Phil Bleckman, host of Eternal Turtles? Predictions start now, chat. Best of luck with that. And we see a Wasteland after, is that Fairy Godmother or something played there? And here is a ninja that I actually don't know what it's called.
If you do, discard a card.
I just draw a card. So you just draw a card? Yeah. Nice. Okay. Take two. Yeah. 18. Alright. Draw.
Yeah, Moon Circuit something sounds right, Chili. What's up, Chili? Predictions are coming in here. Moon Circuit Hacker, thank you. Thank you, chat. Try and pin that for everybody here. Justin, thank you for the raid. Welcome, everybody. We are here in round 2 of 7, watching some legacy matches from my LGS Game Storia in New York City. And I am currently trying to figure out how to get card text up on the screen, which is very exciting. There we go. So a Moon Circuit Hacker facing off against a Dragon's Raid Chandler now. Thank you again, Justin, for the raid. Luanil says, Chris, I thought you were going to start giving us a heads up when Roland's coming on. I need to grab my sunglasses. Yes, I should start giving a warning for that. Former Hype Train conductor Turn Zero Games is here. What's up, Matt? I bet the house on Roland. Good time to bet on Phil here. Agreed. All right, there's the Fairy Godmother again.
Shoot, I didn't read the entire thing. I thought it was an instant speed, so that's my bad.
81% favored for Ninjas, says Twitch chat.
I did say I can't force it. Good. Did say I couldn't answer.
Although that was the type of force causing it to happen. So.
Oh, did it? Yeah, did it.
All right.
Puts a Wasteland in the graveyard. That makes sense. Nothing to hit with that. And a Brainstorm resolving here for Roland. Looks like Roland has 11 cards in hand. What is going on here? All right, fetching. Yeah. For anyone not familiar, Phil Bleckman, host of Eternal Turtles podcast, on the right side of your screen, uses altered cards, and we showed off on when we started the show today a whole bunch of new alters that came in. Phil has great taste as far as that. Looks like a Bauble Cervelle trigger happening here, but leaving on top. Nope, putting in the yard. Yeah, no Reliquary Tower. But for a moment there, it did look like Roland had 11 cards in hand. Baubles himself.
Keep mine is targeted. You're good. Good. Even if I'm good to draw. Yeah, but you're good.
Morrison is right. Roland also has taste. Both players put a lot of love into their decks. All right, so fetching with Flooded Strand. Life total's in the top center of your screen. I know it's hidden a little bit by our overlays, but it's there. 19 to 15. Good luck, Thunderwunk. Or Can Man with an interesting question. What deck has big cork sniffing vibes? I never even heard that term before. Like top hat, monocle, upturned nose, etc. I'm gonna say I really don't know. Yeah, maybe 4-color control is right. I think Chili has the right guess. Maybe lands. High Tide. Isn't there like a modern deck right now that's just like called Money Deck or something? Wired Hyena, thank you for the resub. Tier 1. 1 year. 1 year for Wired Hyena. That's 12 months on the American calendar. Thank you, Wired Hyena. Wired Hyena, one of our best. What's up, Wired Hyena? Congratulations. There's a Murktide for Roland. Four-color Money Pile. Yeah, 4-color Money Pile is the deck that Orcan Man is looking for. It's in a different format, but I think that's what you're looking for. Source to Plowshares on end step, it looks like, on the Murktide. Punishing Waterfalls, thanks for the follow. Welcome.
7?
Yeah, it was 7, sir.
Yes, you get it.
Yeah. And you're at stall 20?
Or no, I took a damage. Yeah. I'm gonna pawn.
Justin with the right take. Any deck Roland plays in Vintage. That's actually dead on accurate. Roland Chang's Vintage decks are ridiculous.
Play a combination.
And here is
Yet another ninja.
Enters the battlefield from your hand if it's attacking. You get a token that's
This is the Copy Ninja. I forgot what this one's called too. Sorry, everybody. We don't do a lot of preparation for these shows. We just kind of wing it. Does High Tide still bother with candelabras? I thought they moved away from them. I think people just moved away from the deck in general. I think the deck is done. It's over.
We call this the Ahern special.
Expressive?
Expressive.
All right, Expressive Iteration. Everybody's favorite fire design card has been fired off here. Fire design, of course, ruins lives. Don't forget that. Luanil says if High Tide weren't dead, we'd have to specify Dark Ritual Storm last round. That's true. That's true. Expressive Iteration is Luanil's favorite MH2 card. It does kind of feel like it's from MH2, actually. Wired Hyena says, but the High Tide art is so nice, Chris. Shaking my head. Fire design killed High Tide. Yeah. After 2015, when Return to Ixalan, or whatever the second set was called, came out, Magic the Gathering died and became just this ugly collectible card game made by a company that just wants my money. And I was actually telling my cab driver back from the airport about fire design. All right, Brazen Borrower on an adventure, but no adventure token still 2 years later for Roland Chang. This is really terrible stuff happening. Fairy Godmother comes back down. And it gets hit by... Special Federation gets hit by Spellstutter Sprite. I dig it. Tarkir block was nutty, you're right. Wired Highness says, how did the driver feel about fire? Were they on board with it being problematic? Actually, that Uber driver, for some reason, left me 1 star. I was being really friendly, too. All right, here's the Moon Hacker Ninja. The draw card ability.
Everybody's 4-4 bigger than they say.
Whenever I get, a captive audience, an Uber driver, a cashier or clerk at a small store or anything like that, I tell them about my hobby of Magic the Gathering. But I give the disclaimer that fire design has ruined the game after the year 2015. Just spreading awareness, everybody. All right, here's a turn 1 Ponder for Roland. Phil Bleckman got game 1. Let me update the score. Lewin will check Haruya, and it looks like only non-foil adventure tokens are in stock. I think Roland gets a pass. I think one of those foil sticker Altarists can work something out. I mean, Roland's had... When did Throne of Eldraine come out? 2 years, 2.5 years at this point to get an adventure token for Brazen Borrower, and just has refused. And somebody needs to do something about it. Fetching with Scalding Tarn, getting another Volk. Turn Zero Game says, as much as I am pro having the right token, I have never liked the adventure token. Just turn that card sideways. It looks like Turn Zero Games was then banned by the moderators. Wired Hyena says it'll be 3 years in October since Eldraine came out. Yeah, I mean, the window of time where it would be reasonable to not have an Eldraine adventure token has passed a long time ago. Brainstorm Surveil, put an island in the yard. And Flusterstorm on Brainstorm. Wow. I like that. Thinking that because the land was put into the graveyard, Roland was trying to dump a couple of cards in hand here after this Brainstorm. Brainstorm fetch. So likely a great play to Flusterstorm there. I like that.
I almost went to 4 because I was dead.
I'm just joking around about tokens, everybody. I sometimes I wonder if people think I'm actually insane. This is all an attempt at comedy. Murktide. All right, Murktide comes down. Looks like it's going to have 4 counters on it or 3 counters on it. 3.
Have you ever tried that?
Esperbot?
Yeah. Basically, like you play the whole for food and like you play like Gilded Rings.
All right, a fetch for Force of Fill. Has to beat a Murktide and a Dragon's Rage Channeler, no Delirium. Gets a Mountain. Maybe we're going to see Pyroblast here. Ledgeview says, I always stop to admire my Okos while sorting through my bulk. Oko's not bulk. Oko will be back someday. Force of Will, pitching Force of Will, Surveil trigger. Trying to stop this Pyroblast. And a Flusterstorm, another Flusterstorm, wow. So Murktide gone. I like that. Big turn there for Force of Fill. There's a Delver.
I get too distracted.
Not a lot of ninja stuff happening this game. In a brief discussion I had with Phil about this list that we're seeing right now, Phil was pointing out that the typical blue-black based ninja decks have creatures like Changeling Outcast. Is that what the card's called? Yeah. And Ornithopter that just have no relevant abilities, really. And Phil liked the idea of trying a ninja deck where the creatures that get returned to hand have ETB abilities and are hate bears and stuff like that. So it's just a different take on the deck, and trying to make use of these new Neon Dynasty ninjas which copy other creatures and stuff like that. I like the idea. All right, so a Bolt took out the Sprite, and Dragon's Rage Channeler are attacking here. No Delirium yet. Just 3 types in the yard. Artifact, instant, creature. And here is the Hacker.
Target the attic.
No longer a bug. I'll play this fast. Surveil was awesome.
Great draw for Roland, Expressive Iteration. It looks like the Surveil is resolving, but maybe Force of Fill is going to interact with Expressive Iteration here. Brainstorm and Response. After the Surveil card is left on top. See now Phil putting 2 cards back on top, but I can see what's in hand. All right, looks like Expressive Iteration is resolving. Roland taking a moment with this Expressive. Down a game here against this blue-white Ninjas deck. Flooded Strand being placed in exile. And I'm assuming getting played. Yep. Ponder, Surveil trigger. Pretty good. Puts Brainstorm in the yard. Drawing a card off Ponder and fetching, getting a Volk, which was sitting right on top conveniently. and end the festivities happening here, taking out the hacker. Days being put in the yard, and it looks like Delirium is now on for Roland. And 1, 2, 3, yeah. Phil down to 11. Otawara. Tapping 2 and Brazenbauer. Phil also without an adventure token. Roland dropping 2 creatures, and Brazenbauer gets cast on end step. Brazenbauer can block the Dragon's Rage Channeler. Nope. Choosing to attack. All right. Roland's going to block. And likely a good idea with all the ninja stuff happening, actually, now that I think about it. Ninja, the Deep Hours comes down. No flip on Delver. And another Dragon's Rage Channeler. Wow. Some good draws for Roland in this game. Just keeps drawing good cards. Another Petty Theft. We knew about this Brazen Borrower already, but yeah. Goes on an adventure. Ninja to the Deep Hour attacks. Would be a draw card if it hits. Roland thinking about chumping. Takes the 2 and lets Phil draw a card.
Okay, good. Trigger. Yeah.
All right, Insectile Aberration is here now with Days revealed. Not a great draw. The Days, that is. Oh, what happened? Ah, okay. So a Swords of Plowshares before draw, I guess. And a Dragon's Rage Channeler comes down. Dragon's Rage Channeler blocks Ninja of the Deep Hour. But another Ninja of the Deep Hour comes into play off the unblocked Brazen Power. Interesting. So sacrificing a ninja to make a ninja in a way there. Brazen Power, Petty Theft rather on Dragon's Rage Channeler. A Daze gets fired off just to get a Surveil, which makes sense. Phil pays for it. Daze now in the yard. Roland kept the card on top. Playing Volcanic Island. And here's Narset. And it gets Pyro Blasted. Ouch. And here's the Dragon's Rage Channeler again. So it looks like Phil only has... Okay, well, he only had Ponder in hand, and now it's being cast. Roland Hellbent gets his Swords to Plowshares, hits Dragon's Rage Channeler, and attacks with the Ninja, drawing a card. Brazen Borrow on an adventure, casts another Ponder. Roland draws a card for turn. Brazen Borrower likely going to get cast on end step, unless Phil wants to be extra careful around Days. Roland having to think here what to do. 1 card in hand. 17 life for Roland. Still has time. But the Ninja of the Deep Hour will just bury Roland in card advantage if it keeps getting to hit. Here's Ponder. Petty Theft on Ninja of the Deep Hour in response. And that gets Pyroblasted. Ninja hits. And passing the turn, Brazen Borrower now safe from Days to get cast on end step. Gets cast from the adventure zone. Now Phil can start hitting pretty hard here with these ninjas. Attacking for 5, bringing in the the Hacker. So drawing 2 here. Playing a Tundra. Passing the turn. Roland reveals 2 lands in hand and scoops. Ninjas gets there. Ninjas gets there.